Hello, this is Julian, and in this video we're going to look at XtraCharts, especially the basics of using XtraCharts. XtraCharts is Developer Express's charting product for both WinForms and ASP.NET. It contains a comprehensive set of 2D charts and 3D charts which will serve practically any business need. Now in this video we're going to start right from the very beginning. Here I have a Scratch application and I'm going to drop from the Developer Express tab here the chart control. So just add the chart. The first thing that happens when you add a chart to a form is that the chart wizard appears. Here it is. The chart wizard is an easy way for us to define how the chart will look and act once it's on the form. We can define the chart type, such as bar, as we got in this example here. I'll click Next to go on to the next page. The next page is the appearance of the chart, and we've created a set of themes, of palettes, if you like, of colors which are complementary to each other. I've selected nature colors here. I'll click on Next. And here we see the series, the individual series of data points which we're going to show in our chart. There are two series which are created for us automatically. We don't really need these, so we'll delete them. And we can go on, if we like, on to the next item. But the next item is data. And by the way, the navigation bars on the side here enable us to jump from page to page within the wizard without actually having to go through the next previous buttons. Anyway, the next page would be data, but I've just deleted all my series. So I'll just click Finish for now. There is nothing to show on this chart. Normally, with a chart, we show some fake data during design time, so you at least see what the chart looks like. But I've, as I said, deleted all the series. And by the way, if you want to show the wizard at any time, just click on the Smart tag in the upper right-hand corner of the control, and one of the options is Run Wizard, which will show the wizard in exactly the same way as happened when I dropped the chart control onto the form. By the way, down at the bottom of the chart wizard is an option for stopping that automatic display or not. Anyway, so we'll just click Cancel on that. We don't need it. Now the first thing I'm going to do here for this particular chart control is to dock it to the form so that we don't have to worry about any borders or margins or anything like that. Now what I want to do is to bind this chart to some data, and the data I wanted to bind it to is in a database. So we need to create a new project data source. So click on Add Project Data Source. It's going to be a database. I'm going to use one of the databases that we provide as part of our demos. It's called gsp.mdb, and we'll open it up. And it has one table within it. I'll click Next. I was going to ask whether I want to add this to the solution or not. I don't particularly want to do that. There's only one table called GSP, so we'll click on that and select it, and we'll finish. And notice that Visual Studio has added the binding source and the table adapter for us, and we've already got them set up in the chart control. Now the data in this table is essentially a three-dimensional set of data. One of the axes, in a way, is the year, another axis is a region of the United States, and another axis is the revenue for that region in that year, so amount of dollars, if you like. Because we're doing a 2D bar chart, essentially, what we're going to have is a bar chart with several bars per region, one for each year. Each of those different bar charts for a year is known as a series. So the first thing we want to do is to select the series data member for the bar chart, and it's going to be year. And notice it's created some automatic data for me, some fake data, but I'm not going to worry about that. So at least we see what I mean. We'll have 3 bars here for that particular argument, 3 bars here for that particular argument, and so on. Now, that's an important point. It helps to know the terminology of a chart. These are the series, the actual bars in this case, the values, the data points if you like, and there are 3 series, different colors. Down here on the bottom, on the x-axis, is the argument of the data point, and on the y-axis it's known as the value of the data point. So for series 1, for example, with argument A, the value is nearly 5, 4.9 here. And notice how interactive the design time experience is with XtraCharts. I can click on the labels, I can click on the arguments, I can click on the values, I can click on individual series, and so on and so forth. And the properties page changes accordingly. So back to where we were for the whole chart. Go down to the data section of the property grid here. So the series data member is going to be our year. Open up this series template now, which is the template for each of the series, in other words, each of the years. And the first thing we need to define is the argument data member for each of those series. And as I said, that was the region. And go down to value data members, and it's going to be the actual gross state product. There we go. Now notice we're still showing fake data here. At design time, if you want to see what the data looks like, we can click on the populate item on the smart tag, and that will populate it directly from the database, from the table. So as we see, we actually have 5 years here. So each of these each of these bars shows a different region, and the different years are colored differently. And we see we have labels up at the top which show the values. The labels are a little confusing and obscure some of the data inside this particular type of chart. So let's get rid of them, and we can just set the visibility to false. There we go. Notice down at the bottom, the argument values, the region names, are overlapping with each other. Best thing to do is click on that, go over to the property inspector here, and we need to change the label so that they're staggered. That's the easiest way of sorting out this particular problem. Now we see this nice kind of zigzag effect. We can now run this application, see what it looks like. And there we are. Simple multi-series bar chart. Close that. So we've seen in this very basic introduction what XtraCharts actually provides you as part of design time experience. We've shown you at least one particular type of chart. We've shown you how to bind to data. And sometimes you actually need more information. And quickest way of finding some more information is to press F1 on the chart control. And the help comes up for that particular control, showing its properties and methods and so on and so forth. If we move over here and select developerexpress.net to show the standard things we have with Developer Express, if you look down here, there's an item for XtraCharts. We'll click on that. The very first page of the XtraCharts, or any of our products for that matter, very first page generally describes a quick overview of what's going on, how to start with the product, some fundamental things. And there's also an item here called Task-Based Help, which shows you quickly and easily how to do various basic things with XtraCharts or with the product you're using task-based help with. So for instance, how to determine which chart element is hovered over, exporting, and so on and so forth. I'll close help. Another way of getting some extra help is to click on the smart tag of the chart control, and there's an item down at the bottom called Get Support. If I click on that, what happens is it opens up your browser and goes directly to our Support Center website. And shows you the Support Center with the search page already set up with the product we're talking about, XtraChart Suite. And here you can start looking through or selecting various keywords to understand how to do various things with XtraCharts. And with that, we come to the end of the video. We've seen how to use XtraCharts in a very basic way to bind to data, to get more information and help about using XtraCharts. Until next time.